I have a whole bottle of whiskey in my coffee cup. Just kidding. It's coffee. You do not want me to host this call while I'm drinking alcohol, and there are F words that could possibly be, yeah, you don't want that to happen. So,
Okay, we're recording.
okay. Awesome. It's 5 o'clock. Hey, I started probably earlier. I'm just kidding. I'm really drinking coffee. Okay. So anyways, you guys, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I'm going to just kind of give you guys a little bit of kind of background on Lindsay equals no alcohol. Oh, well, not in my case though. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of background on last night's webinar. So last night's webinar, I'm going to be honest, I was, excuse my French, shitting bricks. Like I was not, that's something that I have been so scared to do since like a year and a half ago. Like I have literally for a year and a half said, I'm going to do a webinar and I haven't. I don't know why. I haven't, you know, and so when I was thinking of tonight's topic, I thought, you know, I was talking to Karina earlier and we got we were just kind of, you know, throwing some ideas around about what tonight's topic could be. And I wanted to really just talk about fear, because I feel like it's something that every single one of us has. Every single person that has, you know, joined our team has this fear, this like overwhelmingly sense of just being afraid of something. And so I thought it was a really good idea to talk about fear. And one of the reasons I'm going to talk, well, I'll save that one for last. So, but one of the reasons I will say that I did want to talk about fear is because it's something that keeps coming up in our training. It keeps coming up in conversations that I'm having with each of you. You know, there's something that is holding you back from moving forward in your business. And it's something that I think it's really important that we touch base on. I know we're recording this call, and so I am, this call is actually, it really means a lot to me. So I hope I don't scare anybody away, because this call is not going to be a sugar-coated rainbows and butterflies and everything is sweet and pretty in the land of Beachbody coaching. Like, it's not one of those calls. If you're hoping for something like that tonight, you're not going to get it. So you can choose to disconnect now, or you can listen in, because tonight's call is going to be a dose of reality. Like, it is going to be one of those, you got to face yourself in the mirror type of calls. Okay. So that's my disclaimer for this particular call. And I already see Nicole's like throwing back some like whiskey or wine or something. So she's getting ready. Okay. So let's talk about, mute everybody here. Let's talk about fear. Okay. So when I started this business, I have actually been researching this a lot as far as like new coaches that have rank advanced in their business, coaches that have really just flourished in their businesses, that they kind of saw this opportunity, and whether they knew what it was or whether they didn't, and I say that because I personally didn't know what coaching was when I jumped in. I just saw it as a way for me to be able to stay at home with my kids, and somewhere along the lines, I work out and I help people do the same. That was kind of like my general idea of coaching. So I've done a lot of research with a lot of the top leaders. I'm in an elite group right now, and I have success partners. And you know, my community that I'm surrounded by is a bunch of coaches that have really just propelled their businesses forward. And so just in talking to them, and a lot of us just kind of just sharing how we got started, there seems to be a common denominator, and that is that we, no matter what, we just jumped in with this business. So when I started 2.5 years ago, I had no clue what coaching was. I only knew that there was this thing called Emerald, where I had to sign up 2 people with me, and We'll go over that in another call, Adria, as far as elite and success partners. But I only knew that when I came into coaching, I had to, like, I was told, bring in 2 people with you. And I thought, this is such an amazing opportunity. Like, that's a piece of cake. Of course, I'm going to bring in like everybody. All of my friends are in the same situation that I'm in. They're all working and busting their butts off. So who wouldn't want to be a part of this like opportunity? And so I did. I literally in 7 days, I became Emerald because that's what I was told to do. And I didn't know any better. I talked to everybody and their mothers. I even talked to my own mom. And I was like, you got to do this with me or I'm just going to sign you up. Like, you don't have a choice, but you're going to be, my mom is one of my coaches, FYI, but that's a whole other story. So that's how I approach this business. And in talking to all of these leaders, that's the same thing that they did, you know, and it's pretty interesting because I came into this opportunity for the sole purpose of being available for my kids. So nothing was going to stop me at all. I could not, I mean, there was no silver lining to anything because I was so laser focused on making that goal a reality. And so, you know, I've done a lot of just kind of reflecting on our team and where it is that we stand. And we're really I feel like our team is really consumed with fear. And you guys can show of hands, say, you know, raise your hand if you agree or just sit there and silently agree. But I really do feel like we are just flooded with so much fear. And I've been doing a lot of, you know, just kind of soul searching, just kind of reflecting on myself and what it is that I could do better. And, you know, I was talking to Karina and she said, well, what did you do when you came in as a coach? And I said, honestly, I ran with it. There was no looking back. I literally ran with this opportunity. And if you guys plugged into Miguel's bombshell call today, it's recorded. I did post the link, but if you plugged into his call, you know, he said the exact same thing. When he found out about this opportunity, he ran with it. And if you listen to every single top coach out there, they're going to all say the same thing. Whether they signed up as a hobby coach, you know, that's one thing. But the day that they decided that they were going to be a coach, that they were going to basically go all in, they ran with the opportunity. And so what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to like run with this opportunity? It means that you are so laser focused on your goal that no amount of no's will ever stop you. They're not going to stop you dead in your tracks because your goal, the reason why you are doing this is so much more important. And so when I think of fear, there's this saying that there's a quote, right? And it says fear. You can either forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. Have you guys ever heard that? It's pretty powerful, right? It's fear, like the acronym. Forget, or what is it? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And I could not agree with that. I could not agree with that anymore because this business, those of you guys that are afraid of failing, that's the number one answer from every single one. If I were to ask every single one of you guys, what are you afraid of? Every single one of you guys will say, I'm afraid of failing. And here's the ugly truth about coaching. You will not succeed, period. You will not succeed in this business if you are not willing to fail. So if you want to be perfect, if you want to do everything right, and if you want every single person to say yes to you when you invite them to this opportunity or invite them to a challenge group, if you want every single person that joins your challenge group to have amazing results, and if you want every single one of your coaches that you invite to be so successful, it's not going to happen. I am sorry. If that's what you're looking for, then this is not the opportunity for you. Because in order to be a coach, you have to be willing to face failure. You have to be willing to look at yourself every day and ask yourself, how can I be better? How can I be even just a little bit better? How can I be a better mentor? How can I be a better leader in my challenge groups? How can I be a better leader for my team? Every single successful person, every single millionaire out there invests in personal development. And it was really interesting because if you listen to Miguel's call, he talked about personal development. Everybody, every single one of you guys on this call has 2 hours of your day, 2 hours a day to invest even into this business. But how you choose to spend those 2 hours is your choice. And so if you choose to sit on the couch after a long day of working, because I know we have some full-time employees here, that's how you choose to spend your day. Those people that are investing that time into their business, that are reaching out to people, that are investing in personal development, that are scared. I know that a lot of us have fear, but that are willing to do something about it. Those are the people that are going to succeed in this business. And so when I look at my business, I ask myself a lot of times, what did I do in the beginning? And honestly, y'all, I can tell you, I ran with this opportunity. I never looked back. No amount of no's, no amount of people blocking me on Facebook, no amount of people not responding deterred me from my goal. Because in the end, my kids are so much more important than that. And I get it. I get it. It's a scary thing if you've never done this, but I am no different than you guys. The fact that I'm sitting here on this call at one point scared the shit out of me. I would get like last night, that feeling, I didn't eat for like half of a day because I was sick to my stomach. Because I knew like, oh, it's recording. They're just going to be looking at me. And you guys see me, I'm on our team call every week. Why would a live webinar be scary for me, right? But it was. And I held back from doing it for an entire year and a half. And I know that year and a half, I've halted my business. I have absolutely halted my business. And I have, I want to lead by example more than anything. I want to give you guys the tools to be successful. I want to show you guys what is possible. And when I came into this opportunity, there was a part of me that held back because I was scared. What if what I did took too much time out of somebody's day? Because I know a lot of people that I invite are working full time. And what if they're just going to quit? If they know how much time I invested in my business, they're just going to quit. And so I made the mistake in the beginning of telling everybody how easy it was to coach. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. I mean, if you have an hour a day, you can be a coach. But the reality was that it wasn't easy. I mean, let me backtrack. It was easy for me in a sense because I didn't take those no's personal. You know what I mean? Like I was so excited to just coach. Like anything that I could learn about the business, anything I could apply, it just excited me. And so that excitement like fueled me. So I'm still fueled, guys. If you guys can't tell how passionate I am, 2.5 years, or just listening to me on these calls, like I am so fueled by this business because I'm passionate about it. And I've never had passion for anything in my life. And so when I started this business, I went to bed thinking, I'm sure every single one of you guys can relate. I went to bed thinking about every single opportunity, every single possibility, I just imagined so much. And when I woke up in the morning, it was the same thing. It was that those possibilities just flood through my mind. And that's how I went to bed. And that's how I woke up every single morning. Yeah, Alejandra, you can't sleep, right? Because there were times that I felt like I would lay down, I lay on my stomach, I would lay down, I could feel my heart pounding on my bed because I was that excited about this opportunity. And I will tell you that the second I started getting scared of what coaching is all about was the second that I listened to everybody on my team's fear. Not gonna lie. The second I listened to what everybody else was scared of, I became afraid. And so I started absorbing that fear. And I started, I remember one of my first coaches told me, mind you, I had invested a lot of time to get to where I was at, where I was able to quit my job and be home with my kids. And I remember this one coach telling me, I was trying to set goals with her, and I was just trying to work with her based on what she wanted. And she said, not everybody stays at home like you do. Not everybody has all the time to run this business like you do. And I took it so personal that I started thinking, oh my gosh, I invest so much time into this business. Not everybody can do it. And I literally sat in that person that told me that, it was an excuse. It really was. When I look back, it was really just their excuse as to all the reasons why they were telling themselves that they were not a good coach. That's what it was. And I allowed that fear to take over. And so I halted my business, and I was scared to invite people into this opportunity because I thought people don't have the time like I did to invest in coaching. But here's the thing. Fast forward now to where I'm at today. And I'm so glad. I was talking to Karina with like a little event session, but I'm so glad that I did, because she asked me, what did you do in the beginning? And the thing that I did in the beginning was the thing that I was so scared to share with my team because of that one person. And that's this. I busted my ass in the beginning. And to this day, I still bust my ass. I have the luxury of sitting at home. I have the luxury of getting a paycheck, but I'm so passionate about this and so driven to help so many more women that I bust my ass every single day. Every day. And those of you guys that know me know I'm online. I'm available to you. I'm constantly trying to feed, fill you guys up, constantly doing the same with my challengers. I love what I do as a coach. And those of you guys that are on this call, those of you guys that show up every single week, week after week after week, I know you feel the same. I know it without a doubt that you feel the same, right? Show of hands. Even new people, I know you guys do. So here's where I go into my preacher session. If you don't think I've already gone into it, let me just kind of set the stage for you. If you guys are scared, every single one, actually, let me do this. And I do this I've asked you guys this all the time. Share why you're a coach. In 1 to 3 words, just share why you're a coach. Help others, your family, because you're amazing, because you guys are rock stars. Stay home with your babies, be present. You want something different other than just being a mom, independence. Okay, here's the truth bomb. If you have fear and you have not invited and you have not presented this opportunity to others, and you allow yourself to go a day without posting 3 to 5 times on social media, and you don't do personal development, then those reasons that you guys shared, they're not your why at all. They're not. Because if you can dismiss the roadmap to success, the 3 vital behaviors, you will never find a job where they say, just do these 3 things and you could be a millionaire in 3 or 4 years. Just do these 3 things every day and you could be a millionaire. If you cannot do those things without being flooded with fear, that's not your why. You do not have a passion of helping people. Well, let me backtrack. We all have passions for helping people, but that's not why you're a coach. And this is really hard for me to say because I've been faced with fear. So I know what each of you guys go through, but I also know what it's like to be filled with passion. And I also know what it's like to have my why right in front of my face. And when I am filled with fear, I can look right at my why and be instantly changed. Instantly. And I get it. A lot of you guys said your family. But why are you so flooded with fear? If that is truly why you want to stay home with your family, you want to stay home with your kids, then why does your fear take over? And that is something that, ask yourself that. I ask myself that question all the time. Well, let me see. This was a huge part, was why am I still coaching? I'm at home now. I actually don't even really have to work. My income probably might decrease some, but I'm going to get paid no matter what. So why do I show up to work every single day? And you have to ask yourself that. Why are you guys showing up every single day? Is it so that you can spend your Wednesday nights with all of these lovely people just for the fun of it? Why? So if you're scared of being, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, we're so amazing, Teresa. You'll learn more about that. But if you're scared of being judged, here's the thing. Whose opinion matters? Do your kids' opinion matter? Absolutely. My kids were to tell me something that was heart-wrenching, change whatever it is instantly. Those opinions matter. My husband were to tell me something, those opinions matter. But if my friend were to tell me something, you think I could give a rat's ass? Their opinion does not pay my bills. Their opinion doesn't raise my kids. Me being home, present with my kids, is what raises my kids. That's what matters to me. So the truth of the matter, and I get it, guys, we're all scared. I was like super scared yesterday. But what you do with that fear is going to determine your success. And if you allow that fear to take over, you will not be successful in this business. That's the reality. If you have a goal of quitting your job, if you have a goal of making $500 a week, if you have a goal of making 6 figures, but you are so scared to invite one person, you're so scared to invite people to this opportunity because what they're thinking about you, you will not be successful in this business. And that's the reality. Everybody, every top coach, every up and coming coach has faced fear. But what you do with that fear is going to determine your success. Again, you are either going to forget everything that you have been taught and learned through coaching and run and book it and say, hey, this isn't for me. I wasn't meant to be a coach. Or you are going to face everything that is thrown at you, every obstacle, every objection, and you are going to rise above that. Not just for yourself, not for the success of your own business, but because in order for you to be a successful leader, in order for you to be a successful coach and help people out, you must face fear. That's the only way that I have run my business. I have had a lot of rejections. I have had a lot of objections. I have had a lot of times where I have felt like throwing in the towel, but I haven't. And if you ask every single top coach out there, if they've ever been scared of anything, every single one of them will say yes. This business works for every single one of you. Now, maybe let's say Janine, maybe her network isn't as big. What are you going to do, Janine? Are you going to say, you know what? My network's not big. This isn't for me. Maybe Jelane's friends all block her on Facebook. Sorry, Jelaine. But maybe all 2,000 of her friends block her on Facebook. Is she going to run away? Is she going to just like, oh, you know what? I don't have any more friends. Let me just not be a coach. This isn't for me. Maybe Lisa's sister says, you know what? I'm going to join a different fitness industry and I'm going to go against whatever it is that you're saying. Is she going to quit? You see where I'm going with this, guys? Like, you are going to face objections. Maybe Amanda's challenge group flops. Raise of hands. I can for sure say I've had tons of flop challenge groups, but maybe her challenge group flops. And maybe she tries again the next month and it flops again. Is she going to just get up and quit? She could. A lot of people do. Maybe Adriana invites every day. She follows the 3 vital behaviors and every single person tells her no. She can get up and quit too. But here's the thing. every single thing that I listed off is something that every single top coach has faced. How you face it is going to determine your success. Now, if you go into every single day thinking and being scared of what the outcome of what one person says or does, you will fail in this business. And you can run. And this business probably isn't for you. But if you get up, pick yourself up and say, you know what? That wasn't my best invitation. Maybe I didn't take the time to find out what their goals are. Let me try this again. And then you work with the next person. And you know what? Maybe that one wasn't my best invitation. Let me see what I can do a little bit better. And you work with the next person. Or maybe you present this opportunity to a coach. And maybe your first coach quits. Maybe your second coach quits. Maybe your 10th coach quits. You have every choice in the matter on whether or not your business is going to be successful. And you will always be faced with obstacles. Some obstacles are harder for others, like some things might be harder for others than yourself. But there's a reason you're faced with all these obstacles. And that is so that you can teach your team, your challengers, your network how to overcome them. And you have to see the bigger picture. You have to see that your why, maybe helping people, maybe your family, maybe supporting your parents, maybe buying your own home, maybe going on vacation. You have to see that your why matters so much more than the obstacles you're facing. This is the only business that you have to get up and face yourself every single day in the mirror. Every single day. You have to get up and ask yourself, am I being the best version of myself I can be today? That's it. You can go work at Walmart every day of your life for 30 years and you will never ask yourself, am I being the best Walmart employee that I can? You won't. That's not how the traditional jobs work. But this business requires that you face yourself every single day. And you have two choices. You can face yourself, look at everything that you've done, look at everything that you failed at, and you can run, or you can face yourself and you can rise. And I'm going to say that over and over and over again. The reason we are talking about fear today is because going forward in our team, we will not allow excuses. We will not allow anything, any of the fear objections that you have. It's not going to be tolerated. I created this team for the sole purpose of really just inviting people into a community that was supporting, that was encouraging, that was confident. That's why I came into coaching. Besides wanting to stay home, I remember telling Joe, oh my gosh, I've overcome so many obstacles and I feel amazing. My life has changed. I can help other people do the same thing. I'm pretty sure I can. And it all comes from positive thinking. And every time that somebody posts in our team page, well, I'm scared of this. Well, I'm kind of scared of this. All we're doing is encouraging the fact that fear, that it's okay for you to sit in your fear. And I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. We today, whether you are on the call or listening to the recording or join after, we are not going to tolerate a community of fear. This is not a fear-driven team. And you can have fear, but you better get over it. And if you don't know how to get over it, then you better dive into personal development. It's that simple. I am not going to lie. I'm scared of a lot of things. And you guys might not know it, but I am. There's a couple of you guys that I share with those things, what it is that I'm scared of. I am scared of so many things. And every single time I face whatever it is that I'm scared of, I get over it, slowly get over it. And then I realize, I'm not scared of inviting anymore. I'm not scared of having a team anymore. I'm not scared of hosting a call on Wednesday nights anymore because all of you guys have seen me persevere. I really believe that. Whether you've seen it or not, I mean, you have actually, but whether you recognize it or not, you know, you might not. But I have persevered. I was the person sitting alone on a Zoom call, what was like hangout for a while, because I believed in this business when my entire team never showed up. I was the person that stuck through this coaching opportunity now for 2 years when my team that I invited in the beginning, they're no longer with me. I'm the person that was scared to do a webinar for 1.5 years, but I did it for you guys, right? And you guys have to see the bigger picture. If you're truly, and Karina's still here, thank goodness. And Jelane's still here, thank goodness. So those of you guys that have been with me, you know, for a while, I've persevered. And I say that proudly. I say that confidently. I don't say that fearfully at all, because I know what it's like to overcome your fear. And so if you guys are scared of anything at all, it's okay. It is okay to be scared. But I'm not going to allow, I should say, and actually I'm not going to tolerate. This is me now putting my leadership foot down. I'm not going to tolerate you guys to just sit in your fear and let your dreams go to waste because you're scared somebody's going to judge you or somebody's going to just tell you no. It doesn't even make sense in my head. Like, do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like, how crazy does it sound to say, you know, I have a dream that my kids I just want to be available to them and be with them so badly. But the first person that tells me no, maybe that's really not my dream. I mean, like, it doesn't even register in my head. It just sounds crazy because I don't think that way. Because I'm telling you guys, when your passion and purpose meet, and when you can recognize that, nothing else matters. I promise you, nothing else matters. Are you going to face obstacles? Yes. Is it going to be hard? Yeah. But aren't your kids worth it? Isn't your future family worth it? Isn't your future worth it? Like, you face obstacles every single day. Every single day when you go to school, maybe you have to struggle through like calculus or whatever it was that Jelaine was in. Like, is it hard? Hell yeah. I think she even went up to like calculus 2. That would be insane for me. And I would fail probably every single test. So do you just tell yourself like, well, I'm really not good at calculus. So my dream of being a doctor, I'm just going to like, No, people that go into that know what they are up against, and they arm themselves and they prepare themselves. And that's what you guys have to do as coaches. You know what you're up against. You know people are going to tell you no. It's not like we've kept it a secret. You know that not everybody is going to join your team because there's a million other products and other companies out there. You know what you're up against. But you guys have literally, and you're going to hear this term a lot, you guys literally have a map in your hands to gold. Like, Beachbody gives you, Lindsay gives you, I give you this map that tells you exactly how to reach the gold pot at the end of the rainbow. And every time you decide not to do personal development, every time you don't do your power hour, every day that you don't invite, you're like, well, I see the gold, but it doesn't, I don't need it. Come on now, please. I don't need that pot of gold. I'm just on this journey to be on it. I mean, it doesn't even make sense, guys. You guys have the tools. You guys are armed with success, but you are literally walking in the opposite direction with every single choice that you make that goes against your purpose, that goes against building your dream. Do you get home from work tired? Yes. I was there. I did that. I used to get home exhausted. But the difference as to why I'm sitting here right now, retired from corporate America, getting a paycheck every single week, building our team that's like growing insanely crazy, is because I did the things that most people didn't do. The people that wanted to sit down on the couch and Netflix their shows and watch whatever that was DVR'd, that's what they did. Most of those people are still DVRing their shows and watching them after, they get out of work. What I chose to do was I chose to invest it in my business. I chose to invite people. I chose to host a challenge group every single month. Some months were easy. I could get people to join, but other months were freaking hard. And on top of that, Joe was in another city. I had 3 kids to raise on my own in a 1-bedroom room at his parents' house. I was driving an opposite direction to drop the kids off. I was driving back to the opposite. Those of you guys in El Paso, I was in the Northeast. I drove every morning to the east side, to the far east side by Joe Battle. And then I drove back to the Northeast and then crossed over the mountain, over Trans Mountain. I did this every single day for 3 months while I was building my business. My business has never grown faster than that time. I was working 12 to 14 hours a day. I was in finance. I was getting audited. I used to work for AT&T. I had a team of my own that I had to manage. This was during the time that we were delivering appraise. I mean, January for us is a busy time. February, March, the beginning first quarter is busy. But I built my business. Did I lose sleep? Yeah. Can I get my sleep back now? Hell yeah. The beauty of my business now is that I busted my ass in the beginning for the life that I am living right now. Can I take a week off? Yes, I can. Last year, I was diagnosed with PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So once a week, once a month for an entire week, I just, go through bouts of depression. This is the only job that I can think of that allows me to take time off to take care of myself every single month. I don't ask a boss if I can, hey, you know what? I'm PMSing today really bad. Can I take a week off? Because I probably won't be the best employee for you. Yeah, that would never fly anywhere else. Trust me. But this job allows me to. This job allows me to travel. This job allows me to pick up my kids when they're sick. This job allows me to be present, but yet I still show up. This job also allows me to run my business while I'm sick in bed from the comfort of my own home. So I get it. Sometimes we're sick. We don't have to go to a traditional job. I still run my business while I'm sick from my bed. That's the difference, guys. Successful coaches do the things that most people won't do. Whether they're scared or not, they still do it. So what if you're scared today? What if you just did a little bit for your business, and then what if tomorrow you see the benefits of what it was that you did? You see people that you reached out to respond to you and say, "Hey, how are you? I'd love to join your next group." But every time that you decide not to invite, not to pursue, not to do the things that we need to do in order to be successful, to build our dreams, all you're doing is taking steps back. So I posted this video that Lindsay shared, and she says, gosh, do you ever feel like you're a coach where you're just stuck, like you're not moving anywhere? And she kind of showed you or analyzed how your behaviors, how you think that they don't matter, but how they actually halt your business or how they keep you stagnant in your business. And it's those things it's only 3 posts today, probably doesn't matter if I do it or not. It does matter, guys. Everything compounds. Everything in this business compounds. And the day that you choose not to post because maybe you don't feel motivated or inspired or like you're inspiring somebody else, you're just stopping your business. You're not stopping my business. You're stopping your business. I'm going to run my business every single day the way that I have for the past 2.5 years. And in 2.5 years from now, I am going to be farther along than it's mind blowing right now. I can't even imagine where I'm going to be in 2.5 years. I'm going to run my business because I know what this business does for me. I'm going to run my business whether I'm sick in bed. I'm going to run my business whether I'm visiting my friends or family in Texas. I'm going to run my business. You have to ask yourself, though, are you willing to run your business? That's what it all boils down to, guys. That's it. If you are not feeling motivated, guess what? Do personal development. And that's a 3 vital behavior. So we should be doing it. If you are not feeling like you're a good coach, then do more personal development. If you're not feeling like, if you're scared to invite, if you're scared to do a webinar, if you're scared to reach out, then do more personal development. The only answer you're ever going to hear me say or ask you anytime you're feeling like in a slump, you guys know, I've asked you guys, how's your personal development? You guys might not think it matters, but it matters. Everything, you know, everything that is outlined for you to do, it matters. And if you had what's his name? Not Bill Gates. Who's the billionaire? Walter, no, is that his name? Walter something or whatever. You guys know who I'm talking about? Just for a second, last week. Oh, what's his name? Who is that? Warren, yes. What's his name? Something Warren? Warren Buffett. If Warren Buffett said, in 1 year, I'm going to give you $1 million. $1 million. But if you have to walk around the block every single day for 30 minutes. And in 1 year, I'm going to hand you $1 million. I'm going to give it to you. Would you guys do it? Walter White, yeah. From Breaking Bad. If he was like, hey, I'm going to give you some, I'm just kidding. I won't even joke about that. But no, seriously, Warren Buffett, if he said, I am going to give you $1 million, but just walk around the block every day for 30 minutes, would you do it? Rain, sleet, snow, hail. You have to walk around the block every single day for 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking you to do. And you're going to be set. You're going to have $1 million in your pocket. Yep. Yes. Yeah. So what would you do? If it's raining, what would you do? Take an umbrella, get some rain boots. If it's snowing outside, what are you going to do? Dress up warmer. You're going to bundle up, right? You live up in Michigan. That's not a good one. You'll do it in a blizzard. Okay. You guys, Beachbody gives you the tools to arm yourself for success. If my coach, who is making more than $5 million this year, she made over $3 million last year. If my coach is saying, Christine, all you have to do is invite people to this opportunity. All you have to do is build your team and share with them what it is that you learned along the way. That's it. How crazy would it be for me to just disregard what she herself does as a millionaire, as somebody who walks the walk, talks like she's literally living proof of the success that can come from this business? How crazy would it be for me just to disregard what she says and say, you know what, Lindsay, it took you 4 years to be I think I can do it in 2 years. I'm just going to create my own system. That'd be ridiculous. And yet we do that every single day in our own thinking. We literally think we know better than every single top coach out there that tells us this exact same thing. Do the vital behaviors. That's it. That's it, guys. You're not going to see the benefit right now, but you will see it 6 months from now or a year from now. You just have to ask yourself, is your dream, is your purpose, is your passion bigger than your fears? That's it. Every day that you work this business, is my dream for my future, are my kids, is my family, whatever it is that you are building for, is that bigger than my fear right now? That's it. Your husband's from home. So, oh, and then the last thing I wanted to add. So, Miguel said something that was really interesting on today's call. Again, if you guys didn't hear it, I definitely recommend that you go back and listen to it. But he said the way that you really grow in this business is by 3 F's. FFF, right? He called it failing forward fastly. Is it fastly or failing forward fast? What does that even mean? That means that the faster you are willing to fail and pick yourself up, the faster your business will grow. But if you're sitting in the fear of just inviting and you haven't done it in a month, you might do it 1 week because you feel good. And if you're basing this business off of how you feel, you will not be successful in this business. You won't reach those dreams, or you might not reach them as quickly as other people. But I'm telling you right now, Success Club guys, every single one of you guys that said you want to help people, if that is truly your passion of helping people, then Success Club should be in line with your passion of helping people. And yet we miss the ball month after month after month. So what is holding, is that really why you're a coach, is to help people? Or maybe there's something deeper that you have to search for? Because when your why is facing your fear, no doubt about it, guys, your why will always prevail. It's always gonna just defeat your fear. Your why, we have you guys tap into your why for a reason. And that's because that day that you say, man, I'm kind of scared that they're going to judge me because I invited them to this like amazing opportunity. That feeling, that fear, it's normal. We're human. We're going to feel like that very regularly. But the sooner that you are willing to face that fear and get over it and realize that your outcome that you created in your head, this like just this terrible, terrible, detrimental outcome doesn't exist, the sooner you're willing to face that, the faster you will be willing to grow. Every time you allow your fear to get in the way, though, you are literally halting your growth, not just in your business, but in yourself. And every coach will tell you that there is growth in some way, shape, or form on the other side of fear. So I'm doing great on timing. I'm like on a roll. I have like a full cup of coffee. We're done. So if you guys have questions, or if you guys just want to like say something or talk about anything, like we have like 7 minutes. Dude, right? Winning. Hello. And I didn't say the F word not once. So boom. Boom. Comments, questions, concerns, fears. This is the last time to get them out on the table, guys. Like, hell yeah. We're not going to allow anything that is fear-based in our team. And the reason for that is because if I allow, it's one thing to one thing to have a fear. But if I allow you to sit in fear, then I, as your leader, am not doing you any justice. I am, what is it, that person that is allowing your growth to stop. And I'm not going to be that person anymore. So this call was really just me looking at myself, what I can do better as a leader. No longer going to tolerate any fear-based comments. If you have fear, that's okay. Everybody has fear. But I really, really want you to ask yourself, why are you doing this? Is your passion bigger than your fear? And then I want you to ask yourself, how can I be better? That's it. How can I be better? What am I willing to do to be better? And then I want you to do it. That's it. If you need help, if you use our team as that page to say, guys, I'm scared shitless right now. I'm about to do this. Like, help me out. And I promise you, every single person in our team page, every single person on this call is gonna lift you up. I promise you guys that. If they don't, I'll kick them out of our team, because that's not the culture that we're creating. Every single one of us is here to lift each other up. And so I'm not going to allow fear. Bye, Felicia. Hell yeah, we're all going to get shirts like that. Bye, Felicia. Girl, bye. I'm not going to allow us to run our businesses that way, because it is not it's not conducive in any way for any of us. And the reason, and I kind of mentioned it, but I don't know if I touched base. Remember when I said that I wasn't really scared of anything in my business? Like, I just did it. And so, and I kind of just ran with the opportunity. So every time that one of you guys posts your fear, all you're doing is spreading that fear to the entire team. And that is why we are going to stop it. Because I am not going to allow, rude, right? I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to promote that type of culture. So it's okay to be fearful, but today is the last day that you sit in that fear and that you allow that to stop your business. And you have to start telling yourself that, you have to start affirming to yourself that you're a badass, that you can do this. And you have to start putting your actions into play, because truly, I'm no different than any of you guys. I'm willing to bet that I probably had more fears than any of you guys. And I know for a fact that I failed way more than you guys. Way more. But if I didn't overcome them, not one of you guys would be sitting here. Not one of you guys. Not one of you guys would have that belly full of passion that, you know, that just lights you up. Not one of you guys would be able to make the impact that you've made on just even one person's life. And so I'm not going to allow fear to consume our team anymore. You have to have a solution. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that, but the problem is your fear, and you have to have a solution. And so, and it's not up to me. It's not up to your partner on this. It's up to you. Like, you have to be willing to face that and come up with your own solution, because you're the only person that is creating that fear. Does that make sense? Like, you're the only person that has created whatever it is that you're scared of in your own mind. And so you're never going to know what it feels like, and you're never going to grow from it unless you actually just like face it head on. So that's what I have tonight. And I haven't read any of the comments. So faith over fear. Hell yeah. Bye, girl. We need a shirt that says that. Fear, bitch, please. I like that one, actually. So yeah, so it is. I needed, you know, a little pick me up. So yeah, that's what I have for tonight. Again, you guys are amazing. If you guys could only see how amazing you are from my eyes after I've come out of my own fear, I think that you wouldn't be so scared of whatever it is that you're creating in your head, you know? And that's the honest truth, is that I say this with love. I say this as your leader, that, I mean, you guys joined this for amazing opportunities. So why let this imaginary scenario take over, you know? So that's it. You guys are amazing. And I'm glad your baby's feeling better, Patty. And we will go ahead and record or take a picture. So everybody say cheese. Thank you guys. You guys are courageous. That is our word for the year. Stand firm in your belief in this business. Stand firm why it is that you are a coach, and be courageous like for the rest of this year. So you guys have a great night.